The 2025-2026 season is right around the corner. Obviously, this time of year is without a doubt one of, if not the worst time to be a basketball fan. Because one, the summer events are either wrapped up or actively nearing completion. And two, the preseason comes a little bit sooner, but the basketball you actually want to watch is all but certainly not being played. Thus, the only thing we really can do as fans is discuss. Discussion can come in a variety of forms. Discourse on the old NBA, the season that just transpired, or predictions of the upcoming season and the future of the league. In the next few videos, I'm going to be making my predictions on the NBA's regular season award winners for the upcoming season. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, and Sixth Man of the Year. I won't be doing all NBA teams because I just don't think it's as interesting as before. With the new all NBA format being essentially just the top 15 players in the NBA, regardless of position, I think the topic of all NBA team predictions would be better suited for its own standalone project instead of this one. I also won't be predicting Coach of the Year because it usually just goes to the coach with the best storyline that year. Narrative, of course, also matters when discussing winners of other awards like MVP, but I think it's to a lesser extent. At least in my head, it matters less. I'm not a voter in the NBA awards, and it should probably stay that way. I'm gonna spin a wheel to see what order I do these in, so I'm gonna record the wheel spinning process on my screen. I'll see you guys when that's done. Is there a way that I can get them gone after? Fuck, I don't know how to do this shit, bro. I'm gonna just spin it. All right. So when it comes to Sixth Man of the Year, I was originally going to go with Peyton Pritchard repeating, but with reports of him being the intended starting PG for the upcoming season, I can't have him as my pick in good faith. Seeing as though my favorite won't likely end up being a sixth man, I pivoted to other perennial Sixth Man of the Year candidates, Naz Reid, Caruso, etc. Then the idea of Caruso had me thinking about just how deep the OKC roster really is. Although there technically is one sixth man on a team, we've seen two players on the same team be Sixth Man of the Year candidates before if they both serve six-man roles that are functionally different enough from one another, i.e. Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams back in 2020. Maybe it's Aaron Wiggins, maybe it's Cason Wallace. They both play somewhat of the same role for this OKC team with slight differences. Maybe it is Caruso though. The topic of multiple candidates on the same team then brought me back to Boston. If Simons comes off of the bench, I could see him potentially putting together an impressive season. With a lesser role, his efficiency could jump, and maybe he'll even play better defense this year due to not being asked to do as much offensively. Thinking about other bench guys, my mind went over to Cleveland. Obviously, there's a set 4 starters in Cleveland, but the question remains of whether or not Hunter or Strus slides in at the small forward position. No matter who it ends up being, I think they're both effective enough at the roles they play to both end up being candidates. DeAndre Hunter has seen a resurgence in his career and has become a premier 3-and-D player, and an absolute steal for the Cavs as a midseason acquisition. It's not like he was on his way out of the NBA or anything, but it's uncharacteristic for an NBA player to take another jump like that during year 6. Not impossible though. Max Strus is coming off of a season where he shot nearly 39% from 3. I believe that him coming off the bench could open up a lot more offensive opportunities for him since he's not playing with the other starting guys doing a lot on offense. We'll just have to see how the Cavs utilize him going forward though. The Knicks also piqued my interest with Jordan Clarkson. He's won the award before, and he's an ideal spark plug off the bench for a New York team that was in desperate need of more ball handling and shot creation from their bench. A new coach who's willing to go deeper into the bench may harm his chances though. Tom Thibodeau was known for barely playing like 8 guys, but that was to some players' benefit as it gave them more time to produce. The Sixth Man of the Year award is a production-based award. Efficiency just doesn't matter as much when taking sixth man into consideration because high production in limited minutes off the bench will always be impressive because it's in spite of coming off of the bench. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is Jordan Clarkson may suffer from the Knicks going deeper into the bench because it will take time away from him and shots away from him to put big numbers up off of the bench. I hope that makes sense. Do I think it will make enough difference to count him out completely? Of course not, but maybe. Nickeil Alexander-Walker is also a guy I chalk down as a potential candidate. I don't think he'll be taking the starting spot from Dyson, but I also think he's an effective bench guy. Not for the same reason a Lou Will or Jordan Clarkson is effective, defensive, but because of the energy and defensive intensity he brings. In the same vein as Caruso, he's going to come off the bench and provide good defense for a team that definitely needs it in the backcourt, seeing as they employ Trae Young. His defense is more of a necessity for this team, and I think that's what could separate him from a guy like Caruso, who's already surrounded by elite perimeter guys. While Dyson sits, we could very well see NAW guard the opposing team's best guard, and this team is looking to be really good defensively on paper. Bruce Brown is another guy I wouldn't sleep on when it comes to this award. He's going to play a similar role to the one he played back in 2023 when the Nuggets won the championship, and Nikola Jokic makes all of his teammates better. If he can match the production we saw on both ends of the floor in the 2023 season, I see no reason why he can't be in the conversation. I can easily see him averaging a calm 12 points, 4 assists, and a steal off the bench while shooting it well from 3 and playing solid defense. And Tari Eason is someone from my squad who I think could be in the running for this award as well. Tari could start on a number of NBA teams, but he's more effectively utilized on the Rockets coming off the bench. He's one of the best defensive playmakers in the current NBA, and his jumper only seems to improve year to year. His impact isn't always felt on the stat sheet though, so I don't see him receiving many votes because of that, but I do think he was worth mentioning at the very least. Now, we do have to be realistic here. Not every single one of these guys I mentioned is going to be a genuine 6 Man of the Year candidate. There's only really 2 to 3, 4 max every year for most of the NBA awards. The purpose of this video was really just to list potential candidates and state their cases. However, as the season progresses, the number of guys that are in the running for 6 Man of the Year will dwindle down as narratives develop, big time moments occur, and campaigns simply just fall through. At this point, I've listed a number of potential guys, and I think it's time to make my final prediction on who it'll be. And I think that the 2026 NBA 6 Man of the Year will be Alex Caruso. After his performance in the playoffs last season, defending the best player in the world, winning the championship, and just being an all-around likable guy, I think he just has the people's hearts. Even if he isn't the best 6 Man in the NBA, he's still a high-impact bench guy on what's likely to be the best team in the league record-wise. It was never about who's the best. It's always been about who's receiving the vote, and I think that it'll ultimately be Alex Caruso. I know my way of thinking may be flawed to some, but I just hope you enjoyed the video and the conclusion I came to. Debate me in the comments. Let me know if there's someone I forgot to mention. Let me know who you think it'll be, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Such a put it shit on. Pretty girl just wanna lean